Hi, I'm Tom Howard, a business lawyer and operator, and I work with highly regulated businesses. This presentation is brought to you by Collateral Based Advisory, which I manage. We help teams structure ownership, build compliant applications, and launch operations in highly regulated markets, including medical cannabis. Today, we're walking through Nebraska's medical cannabis dispensary opportunity, which is why retail licenses are the strategic point and what serious applicants should be doing now. Here's a quick note. Nebraska Commission's rules and timelines are still evolving. The application window has not been announced, and final requirements may change. This video is strategy and readiness, not a promise of outcomes. We built this so that it is as of January 31st, 2026. Ironically enough, the next day or so, the director of the program resigned. So the program is without a director as of we're filming this in early February. We still want you to get ahead of everybody else so that you have the best chance of having the dream of owning a dispensary, if that is your dream. Hopefully it is. We'll put a pinned comment down in the comments below. If you have any questions, throw one there and follow up on that pinned comment if you would like our help on your application. This is a very tight market. They've awarded some cultivation licenses, and then you have manufacturing, and there's only 12 statewide dispensaries. The dispensaries are highly limited. So they will be dispensaries typically have the highest demand, and we anticipate that to be the case in Nebraska as they've never had a medical program before. And they've divided them all into these judicial districts. And those judicial districts will have, there's 12 of them, and you're not fighting for your statewide market share. You're in one territory. You would be the only person in town. Of course, with market reality, Omaha, Lincoln, there's going to definitely be more applications in those locations. Here's the map, and if you have any questions on it, let us know. We can give you a copy of this slide deck, or you can email Sergio at collateralbase.com. Ownership control, that's the first gate. They are really giving it only to residents. 51% must be owned by a Nebraska resident that has resided in Nebraska for at least 4 years. Officers and directors must independently satisfy the residency requirement and control measured by voting power and economic interest. Real estate is going to be a primary disqualifier. They have sensitive locations that you need to measure your distance from. For example, a church, hospital, mental health, substance center, schools. Those are the typical zoning issues that you see in cannabis dispensaries. So having a real estate that is compliant quickly is quite important. They do not allow cannabis that is in the traditional sense of the term. This is really a medical use, similar to how Florida started. Oral tablets and capsules, tinctures, inhalation, liquids, topicals, transdermal patches, suppositories. No flour and vapes and infused foods or flavored products. Again, high compliance cost. Regulation is everywhere on this. You need plans. And so to get into your lottery, you have to have a qualifying application for that. You will need to make sure that you have built your application around the right SOPs and procedures that are in compliance with the regulations that they are still ironing out. There are two sections in this. First, there will be a lottery. And then after you've been selected in a lottery, you need a competency review. This should streamline the lottery process. But if you didn't get your paperwork in order before the lottery process, you might find that you won and then lost. So this is very important. This is where consultancies like Collateral Based Advisory can really help your team out as they have been writing these applications for years all over the country successfully. And timing controls, the commission controls the window. We don't know when the window is going to open. We anticipate the window opening in the first half of this year. They have already awarded the cultivation licenses. Those are taking steps to become operational. And after those become operational, They could start making the medicine, which means that we need the retail locations and the doctors to start writing those recommendations. It's a limited application window. We will see when the window opens and then it will close. It'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks. So you really need to have your application ready to go so that you can get in. You can have the real estate, you can have your paperwork, and then hopefully you win the lottery in your judicial district. That's what we do. We operate in highly regulated markets. We're getting our dispensary open here in Illinois later this year, probably in the next couple of weeks. May even be open before Nebraska is open for their applications. And we can help you with all steps along the way. So before the window opens, make sure we have control of the entity, verify majority Nebraska residency and ownership, choose your judicial district, look at the maps to see what real estate would be compliant, get your operation paperwork in order so that if and when you win, you have more than 70% and you will be awarded the license. Stay tuned to Cannabis Legalization News for more on the Nebraska dispensary opportunity. We will have more as it develops. Until next time, we'll see you on Sundays for the Cannabis Legalization News when it is 4:20 somewhere. The federal shift towards Schedule 3 doesn't rewrite your license strategy. Having the right dispensary footprint and operational playbook in place before regulators fully implement that new policy. That's where Collateral Base comes in. We help cannabis businesses win dispensary licenses, structure compliant operations, and manage stores. Link below. We help clients navigate licensing, compliance, and operations so they win in the new regulatory era.